defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged.
A jury just found this father guilty on all charges for beating his 5-year-old son to death. New at 5:30, we have reaction from the courtroom after that verdict was read. Prosecutors say that little boy, Darrell Avant Jr., was beaten to death as punishment.
His father kept his head down as that verdict was read. Channel 9 Len Keyes was in court all day and heard that verdict live. Len, no family members, though, were there for the verdict.
No, none for the defendant or the victim. From what we understand, it might have been just too much for them to bear. In all, jurors took about 6 hours to deliberate before coming back with a verdict in this case. Take a listen.
State of Florida versus Darrell Avant. Verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged.
And along with that guilty verdict for first-degree murder, Darrell Avant Sr. was found guilty of aggravated manslaughter and child abuse charges. As that verdict was read, there was no emotion from Avant as he kept his head down. But it's been an emotional few days in court as prosecutors tried to drive home to the jury that Avant tortured and brutally beat his 5-year-old son, Darrell Jr., to the point of having more than 200 bruises on his body. Avant's defense attorneys tried to use their witnesses to paint the picture of a good father who was distraught over his son's death, but in the end, jurors sided with prosecutors. Defense attorneys would not say much after the verdict, only that they're disappointed.
We still have a penalty phase that's very important in this case to our client, and this is not an appropriate time for us to tell you what we think about the case. Jurors have their job to do. We recognize it, and it's they're doing properly what they believe is correct, and we're going to.
And we did try to speak with attorneys with the state after court to get their reaction. They told us no comment at this time. Meanwhile, as you heard that defense attorneys say, the penalty phase of this trial begins on Monday. Now that he is convicted, Darrell Avant Sr. does face the death penalty. Reporting live in Orlando, Len Keyes, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.